I have been drawing ever since I can remember. Back then, nobody knew what a computer was, let alone have one. I loved drawing. I thought it was keen. My grade school teachers allowed me extra time to practice drawing, and my skills improved. In between the time I left school and got out of the Navy, the movies had started experimenting with CGI. The first movie to use a 3D model was Future World. It used a 3D model of a hand and a face. Then following that was Young Sherlock Holmes, the first movie to use a 3D model to portray a non-computer looking image. Some movies that really impressed me were Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within, Avatar, and The Adventures of Tintin: Secret of the Unicorn. Each of these movies were groundbreaking in animated graphics. I just couldn't wait for their releases. It was around April 2003, and having just returned from New Jersey, I was staying at a friend's house in San Jose. My friend had gone to work, and I was entertaining myself browsing the web when I stumbled upon a product. It was an OBJ file named Victoria. I was fascinated by the description of the file. Here was a realistic model that could be used to create many modes of art. I purchased and downloaded the file to my computer so that I could share in all the creative forms that this model provided. But soon I found out that a 3D object had to have an application to use it. About a month after getting the object file, I ordered Poser 5 and Rhino 3 online. I learned to use Rhino 3, a 3D modeling application, through trial and error and online tutorials. Poser 5 was fascinating in that you could pose keyframes and tween the 3D figure to create animation. Describing Poser 5, I would always use the analogy of a paper doll that you could animate. I would import the figures from Poser 5 to Rhino 3 to create content for the Poser 5 application. By creating content, I became fairly proficient at modeling NURBS, and eventually was able to model and rig a bicycle that could be used to interact similar to CGI animated rigs. I have always anticipated the latest releases of new video game graphics and graphically unprecedented movies, all of which inspired me to become part of the animation industry.